How do we deal with the loss of somebody? You know, when we really have love for somebody and have a relationship and a history with them, we have memories, and all of a sudden they're not here anymore. And no matter how they pass, how they die, it hurts. See, a lot of the ones that hurt the most was because of the closeness, the intimacy that we had with that person, that intimacy, the into me, you see. And the more intimacy, vulnerability you had in that relationship, now that they're not there, that love that you had, that you were giving and receiving in that relationship, that source of love is no longer there. And that hurts. And for a lot of people, because of not knowing how to process that, they continue dealing with that and carry it over into years, and it creates stress. It creates, fear of getting close to other people. They get happy and they have joy with something, but then they feel guilty about it because, this person just died. So why am I so happy? And, why would I be laughing if the person that I love just died? See, it can really mess with us when we don't understand how to process this. So what are some common things that we can process no matter how close they were, or no matter how their death, came about? Because, people die in different ways, right? And a lot of times you maybe saw them die, you saw their last weeks on their bed versus you just hearing about it. And the process of dealing with those two situations is very different. But at the end of the day, it's because the loss of love, the loss of connection, the loss of intimacy that you had with this person, and the value, the emotion that they brought into your life that made you feel good. You valued that relation according to how it made you feel. So start to think about that person that you lost. And what was the value that they brought into your life? What was the emotional value? What was the things that they would do, that they would say, that they brought into your life that made you feel good, that made you feel loved, that made you feel, important, that made you feel significant, that made you feel something, that made you feel good? So when you start to identify that, okay, this is what I was getting from that person. Now that's no longer there, and that's what's hurting a lot. So something that can help you to heal is, one, you create thankfulness for this person that's no longer there. You thank them for the time that you did have with them, the good things that they did bring into your life. And you create a gratitude there. You create a thankfulness. Because if you focus on them not being there anymore, if you focus on the negative, of course, that's just going to hurt more. But when you celebrate their life, it starts to help you to heal. And then there's the other part of, okay, that thing, that love that they were providing to you is no longer there, right? Because they were a source of love. So now it's identifying, okay, what kind of value did they bring? What kind of source of love did they bring to me? And how can I get it in other healthy ways, in other relationships? Because that's going to help me to heal. It's going to replace that void. And that's going to really help me to restore myself, because not having that great source of love, especially if I was really close to that person, not having them there anymore, it hurts a lot. So it's realizing, creating gratitude, celebrating the good part of it, but also realizing the value and the needs that they met with you, so you can identify how to get it met in other healthy ways in other relationships. So if you've dealt with a loss lately, with somebody dying that you loved, I want to say I'm sorry that you went through that. It hurts. And there's not something that I'm going to be able to say right now, or give you a formula that's just going to automatically just remove it. There is a process, and it's different for everybody. But I'm just giving you some simple things that you can start to do to help you to process the pain and allow the death to bring more life, rather than bring more hurt and pain to you, because of course that's not something that they would want. But we can allow their death to produce more life in us, to wake us up, to help us to be more passionate about what we're doing, to help us to be more kind, more forgiving, to be more intentional, to stop wasting our time. Their death can produce life in us when we start having the right perspective about it. So I'm sorry for your loss, but allow their death to produce life.